I like everything about him. Like how he makes me feel. He makes me happy.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel Bapt Muse. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Tammy Slaton is officially back on the dating scene, even though it's only been a few months since Caleb Willingham sadly passed away. She's allegedly already gone through one breakup and is already looking for love once again. So guys, I have uncovered the truth about her recent dating life, and what she's been up to is unbelievable. So since Caleb passed away, Tammy's been publicly grieving the L of her husband and completely trying to hide the fact that they were separated when he passed away. Not even to mention that she already had moved on from him before his passing. So, just weeks before Caleb passed away, some really shocking news about her love life was exposed, and that's that it turns out that Tammy had already moved on with a new guy named Greg Morgan right after she and Caleb separated. And in May, several sources told the U.S. Sun that Tammy and the 25-year-old TikToker had been dating in private for a month. So yeah, you heard that right, Tammy was allegedly dating a 25-year-old even though she's 37 years old herself, meaning that she was 12 years his senior. And that being said, it was just a couple of months before her 37th birthday, so they were only 11 years apart of the time. But that's not all, because allegedly they were so serious that Greg had even been introduced to Tammy's family, which means we can only wonder if it was filmed for the show. And she had also been flirtatiously commenting on his TikToks about how much he loved her, which is crazy, because she wasn't even legally divorced yet. And then after Caleb's passing, she acted like they were still married, all while hiding the fact that she had already moved on with a 25-year-old, and she clearly has a pattern of moving way too fast. But that's not the only thing that people have found troubling, because it turns out that Tammy and Greg did not work out well, and now just weeks after Caleb's passing, she's already trying to find someone new. So according to The Sun, Tammy recently signed up for online dating, and looking at her bio on Facebook Dating, there's a lot to unpack here. So Tammy's dating profile states that she's looking to find a long-term relationship, but it also says that she's open to a friendship or simply just someone to chat with. And a source who claimed that have inside knowledge also told the U.S. Sun that Tammy was already moving on at the beginning of August, which is just a few days after Caleb's funeral. And according to the source, she's now looking for men or women to date. And if you don't already know, Tammy came out about 2.5 years ago in an episode of 1,000 Pound Sisters, and that's not the only intriguing tidbit that we've been covered about Tammy lately. One detail in particular that's listed on Tammy's profile gives a little more insight into the progress she's made on her health journey, or rather sadly the lack of progress. That's because apparently she still occasionally partakes in her harmful nicotine habit. But honestly, that's the least of her followers' worries right now, and that's because Tammy and Caleb were only married for about 6 months before they decided to part ways earlier this year. And although the newlyweds had been separated for a couple of months at that point, Tammy was clearly very shaken up by Caleb's untimely passing. She was grieving a major loss, which is totally understandable, but she's probably still going through the process of missing Caleb if she isn't ignoring her negative feelings. And that's why it's such a shock that she's supposedly already looking for love again. Now obviously people move at different paces, and that's fine, but is Tammy really ready for another relationship this soon after Caleb's passing? Whether or not she's in the right place to be a partner in this person's life, she's determined to find someone, but it could be really unhealthy for Tammy, both mentally and physically, to rush into a rebound relationship. And if she tries to date someone else without fully mourning the loss of Caleb, things could get really bad for her. Now, unfortunately, Tammy seems just as codependent as she used to be, if not more, and as we've seen on 1,000 Pounds Sisters in the past, mental health is so important when it comes to a person's weight loss journey. So hopefully Tammy doesn't reach another super low point where their struggles. But dating this soon after Caleb's passing could be risky, and there's a lot of stake now if Tammy's mental health is jeopardized by her unhealed grief or another breakup. Her eating habits and health could easily be affected, and it's only been a little over a year since she had her weight loss surgery, so her diet and exercise routines are still relatively new. But we all know by now that Tammy is going to do whatever she wants to do, and I think everyone wants her to be happy and healthy and find love with a true partner. But is this really the right time if she moves on too soon? It could be a recipe for disaster, and it looks like Tammy is going full speed ahead with her love life. But one of the reported reasons why she decided to separate from Caleb proves that her recent search for love is super concerning. A source who spoke to the U.S. Sun earlier this year claimed that one of the main reasons Tammy and Caleb separated was because of his diet. He had allegedly gained 30 pounds in the rehab facility after she was released, but Tammy did not take his setback well, and the insider added that Tammy didn't think Caleb was taking their marriage seriously since he wasn't properly taking care of himself, and she also knew that she wouldn't have been able to take care of him at that point. But even that didn't seem to be the biggest issue. Supposedly, Tammy knew that she wanted to move on from Caleb because she wanted someone to be able to take care of her. But if she truly can't be alone and mainly wants a partner to be there to help her, that's not exactly a great sign. And if Tammy really wants a partner who will also, be her personal caretaker, that's definitely not a healthy reason to get into a new relationship, especially if she's not willing to take care of them in return. And it seems like she's falling right back into the codependency instead of moving forward. And I'm sure that last year has been incredibly difficult for Tammy. Not only has she, had to learn to adjust to her diet, exercise routines, but now she's also grieving Caleb, and in the span of less than 1 year, she went from marrying him to mourning him. So hopefully she takes the time to process everything, even if it's challenging. However, if Tammy doesn't take the time and energy to deal with her grief, things will only get harder. She should honestly probably wait until she knows that she has the coping skills to deal and grieve Caleb before she, starts to date again. And Tammy should want a partner to add positivity to her life, and she should also be a healthy addition to their life. But if she's only looking for someone to fill a void and be her caretaker, she's obviously not in it for the right reasons. But overall, if Tammy adds someone new to her life too soon, that will only complicate her healing process, and she might end up suffering both mentally and physically if she rushes into another romance. Not to mention, it wouldn't really be fair to her new partner either. But now that we've talked about Tammy's latest search for love, I want to know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on Tammy's, signing up for this online dating on Facebook dating? I didn't even know that was even a thing until now. Or, what do you guys think about her relationship that has already failed? Do you think she's moving on at a healthy pace and for the right reasons, or should she take some time to heal on her own before adding someone new to her life? It definitely seems rushed to me, but I'm excited for it. The $1 million question for me now is, when are we going to see the show? We're waiting for a part 2 of 1,000 Pound Sisters, and I am getting impatient, so I am dying to know, when is the show going to come back? And we have not heard any word quite yet. But guys, definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments below.